Tonight on Newscenter, local elections take center stage in Washington County. A local winter hotspot is ready to reopen. Medieval sword fighting takes over the Performance Center, and the Vulcans look to keep their playoff hopes alive in the Coal Bowl. Newscenter begins now.
Good evening and welcome to CUTV News Center for the week of November 4th, 2010. I'm Shelby McAdams.
And I'm Will Moore. Our lead story tonight centers on the 2010 midterm elections that took place on Tuesday. CUTV has the results from the major local and statewide elections. In the Pennsylvania governor's race, former Attorney General Tom Corbett defeated Allegheny County Chief Executive Dan Honorato 55 to 45%. Corbett will take over for Ed Rendell, who is departing after 8 years in office. In the Pennsylvania Senate race, Republican Pat Toomey defeated Democrat Joe Sestak in a highly contested race. In the Pennsylvania 12th Congressional District, Democrat Mark Kritz narrowly defeated Tim Burns in a hotly contested campaign. This was a rematch after the two faced off in a special election in the spring following the death of longtime Representative John Murtha. Finally, in the 49th Legislative District, Representative Peter J. Daley won his 15th term to the state house, defeating Republican challenger Richard Massafra by nearly 1,500 votes. Tuesday's election results in a shift of power in the United States House. Republicans now assume control, holding 239 seats to the Democrats' 186. In the Senate, however, Democrats managed to retain a 52 to 46 seat majority.
In the California Borough, Acting Police Chief Tracy Vitale has been on administrative leave since early October after issues arose with her qualifications as state police officer. Last Thursday, the borough decided on her status, and CUTV's Alix Kunkle was at the meeting and has more on the situation.
In an extended meeting last Thursday, the California Borough Council voted 4-3 in favor of reinstating Tracy Vitale as Acting Police Chief of California for administrative duties only. Vitale, who had been suspended since October because of citizenship issues, will be relegated to desk duties such as scheduling and payroll. John Bittner, Patsy Alfano, and Tony Mariscotti voted against the motion. But a decision on Vitale wasn't the only thing discussed at last Thursday's meeting. One borough resident asked why borough police should be responding to calls at Vulcan Village, and a long discussion ensued after that. Council and borough residents engaged in a heated discussion involving the recent crime in the borough and whether or not the university was responsible for the happenings. During the discussion, California Mayor Casey Dordinas offered a suggestion to CalU President Angelo Armenti.
And I think it'd be really nice if the university president would come down and hop in one of our police cars on a Saturday night at about 3 o'clock in the morning and see exactly what goes on and learn that it's not just fountains, it's not just flowers and pretty fences and everything, and see what really happens in this borough and what the university attracts to this community.
Other council members had encouraging views in the university, but some residents had concerns about the borough and university's involvements.
We requested that Borough Security come and meet with borough officials.
They didn't have a place to live, some of them wouldn't be here, but they continue to get permits that are shady, or they don't have permits to live there.
Now, the next borough meeting is scheduled for Monday, November 9th. That is where continued discussion on the California Police Department is expected to take place. From the Borough of California for CUTV News Center, I'm Alix Kunkle.
The Brownsville Bridge reopened today following a several-month closure for renovations, including extensive painting. The 945-foot bridge, originally constructed in 1914, carries State Route 4025 across the Monongahela River, connecting Brownsville with West Brownsville.
After closing due to a roof collapse last February, the Ross Draver Ice Garden is now officially reopened after the reconstruction of a new roof. CUTV reporter Zachary Olsen has more on the story.
February, the roof of the Ross Draver Ice Garden collapsed and many thought they would never play hockey here again. Well, now it is reopened for business.
The roof of the 45-year-old building fell from the weight of ice and snow, but owner Jim Murphy did not think it was the end of the ice garden forever.
It was a very, very small consideration. The ice garden is for the community. It's for the kids to be able to come and skate and the adults to be able to come and skate. It's a multi-purpose facility.
And while the ice rink and restaurant were closed, the banquet facilities were still accepting clients.
And we did continue to meet our commitments for the banquet rooms. However, I want to say at least 10 of the scheduled events in the banquet rooms were canceled because people thought we were going out of business or they had reservations about the safety of the building.
The longtime home of the Mon Valley Thunder was reopened with a new steel structure and without missing any of the hockey season.
In regards to Mon Valley hockey, we coordinated the game schedule with them to ensure that they played their away games initially, and it's my understanding they're going to have 4 games here on November 13th, and that they will get in their entire season for home games here at the Ice Garden.
But hockey is not the only form of entertainment at the Ice Garden, as Murphy expects concerts and TNA wrestling in the future.
We've got to maximize our revenues, and Mike Elko and Brian Drusky of Drusky Entertainment and Elko Concerts, they're going to be integral to that process. And we've got to generate revenues. We have a new banking relationship, and we have a mortgage to pay, and we got to do what's necessary to meet that service. We'd also like to do some work with California University. We have banquet halls. We'd like to have some of their hockey games if we could get it.
And now the Ice Garden is ready for a full hockey season with both the PAHL and the PIHL, bringing hockey back to the Mid-Mon Valley. For CUTV News Center, I'm Zach Olsen.
The Society of Professional Journalists hosted a panel on politics and how the media plays a role in them. CUTV's Gloria Stone sat in on the panel and has more on the story.
The Society of Professional Journalists today held a debate in Morgan Hall due to the election this week. The debate discussed how the media and politics play roles into each other.
Looking at doing something to invite to introduce ourselves to the campus. We do events, but this is the first time we've done something to kind of introduce ourselves to the campus. Also, it was the election, and so we want to get young people aware of what's going on out there, and also the influence of the media with an election.
Professors from the Communications, History, and English department discussed their opinions on media in politics. The topics included advertising in politics, press coverage, and what influences young adults to vote.
I think as the panelists were saying, it's not really the media's job to get people to vote. I think that the media reports what the candidates are doing. I think it's the candidates' job to get people excited to vote. So, no, I can't say that they've increased or decreased.
From the debate, professors enlightened students how important it is for them to vote. Reporting for CUTV News Center, I'm Gloria Stone.
This past Monday, the robber of a Citizens Bank branch in Charleroi, Kurt Fritzl, was caught red-handed. Witnesses say that a red dye pack planted in the stolen money exploded into his hands and was taken into custody after identifying him as the culprit, and police held him in his apartment for 4.5 hours while searching for evidence. Police plan to hold him on state charges until the FBI transfers the case to federal court, but Charleroi police are currently investigating as to whether this robbery is related to those in Brownsville and Bentleyville. It is also unknown if Fritzl was armed during the time of the robbery, but he is being charged with robbery and making threats in immediate serious injury. He is currently in Washington County Jail on $750,000 bond.